thank you for volunteering and delivering this session, which is it's very important and valuable to everyone. So, guys, as Nahla wrote in her email, this is the right time now to start really think about our appraisal and figure out the performance across the whole year of FY20. And the objective of the appraisal is really many things. First of all, this year we want really to have a complete state of appraisal. We have really nice dashboards. We have great reporting systems, which will help us really to figure out our performance and what we are doing. Take your time. We have created a detailed template, which will be presented to you now. You have your goals in the system from day one. Most of you already had H1 checked in the system. And the objective of the appraisal to understand where are you from different angles, from your performance in general, from your KPIs, from your skills matrix, from your personal development plan, from SE360. So it's again covering the solution engineer 360 degree. And this helps us to decide where are we right now and how can we plan for the coming year. So be positive, take it serious, and do your best really to analyze your data, to use the different reporting capabilities. And I want you to focus in your job. Don't think about others, what do they do, how much they scored, and so on. Every one of you guys. Yes, we have the same KPIs and goals of year for each one of you. However, the target values from a solution engineer to another is different, from manager to another it's different. So make sure that really you are just focused in your data, in your appraisal, and give it the right attention. And if you have any ambiguity, now Tamer will be clarifying and Mohammed will be clarifying to us, and still we are there. But once we start, the deadline is over, and I want you really to focus to complete your appraisal, and that's it. The objective is to complete it by end of May, because we have lots of activities are going to happen in June, and we have enough time. So we have like 2 weeks to finish it. You'll receive the invitation, and Tamer will share with us now the plan and the governance. Please stick to the rules communicated. It will be presented by Tamer and Mohammed right now, and again, give it the right to focus. Thank you, all the best, and it's a new experience for us. Let's enjoy it, especially for the people who joined us this year or didn't have appraisal last year. So let's enjoy it and get the maximum benefit out of it. Thank you. Over to you, Ken.
Thank you, Ahmed. So guys, for today's agenda, it's going to be jointly presented by myself and Mohammed Saeed. I will start just giving headlines about the introduction, and then we'll go for the KPIs for NetSuite team, and then we'll drill down to the KPIs of Oracle team, and we'll have another view on the objectives and key results for both teams, which is the generic part, and we'll have a big section for Q&A. Myself and Mohammed will try to make it quick so that we keep more time for the questions. You can start putting your questions on the chat. Don't keep it for the last moment. Just put it on the chat. And Nahla will help me facilitating the questions after we finish. So just throw the question and we will answer it at the end. Thank you. So as an introduction, as Ahmed said, that you will receive already, either you are an Oracle team or NetSuite team, you will receive the template. And the template will have the agenda, which is actually acts like an agenda, and checklist for you, which could be the task list that you should prepare to be ready for your appraisal review meeting. It has the introduction, KPIs, a specific section about development, another section for talent profile, SWOT analysis, innovation piece, mission 8 for Oracle team, HCM and ERP team, and sorry for the typo, cultural 360 for the NetSuite team, network map, and how you are going to submit your appraisal. The first important thing is the deadline. So the appraisal period, as Ahmed said, we are going to do the appraisal this year from 1st of June 2019 till 15th of May 2020. And that's why the cutoff date for all the data, the time that you need to take your snapshot of the data should be 15th of May, which means that you need to update your records on the system, let's say that period enough to 15 so that it gets updated on the SI as well, or on the analytics dashboard. The completion date for the appraisal should be 31st of May. And I know that you might ask why I received the invitation as the 18th or 19th of May, while other people are going to receive invitations on 27th. It doesn't matter. We are going to look for all as a single standard benchmark as of 15th of May. So everyone should be ready as of 15th of May. A clarification window, which is again another help that we're giving to you using the Slack channel. We have created Slack channel for Oracle, and I'm sure that there is another Slack channel for NetSuite. And it's open till 15th of May. You can post any question or any inquiry, and the management team will respond to you. Even after this session, if you're still having additional questions, also we're open to answer it. You have to complete your template one business day before the review meeting. So if your review meeting on Monday, you have shared it with your manager on Sunday so that your manager can get enough time to review and spotlight the areas of discussions that he needs to run through with you. Okay. In terms of our governance, Ahmed Taha and the management team, they have decided that to share with you as well some governance. First of all, that you will receive an invitation from your manager and you're not allowed to reject or decline because your manager already will share the invitation based on your calendar capacity. So it's something that you have to admit to. Second, that you have to share a complete slide, as I mentioned now, one day before the review call. And you have to come to the meeting with all steps, checklists are complete. So there's no excuses this time. And I used actually the very positive terms that Nahla was using in the email. And you need to read Nahla's email again. Guys, this is not an exam. As Ahmed even mentioned now, this is the time for you to shine. You have done a great job throughout the whole year. You have done excellence across all the 360 view or 360 degrees of your daily life. This is the time to show off. And I'm using the same word, but you have to come and tell us, what did you do the last year? By the way, we know most of this data, but it's your time to prove that you are aware about your business. Okay? Video is mandatory during the review. You have to be ready with a good environment for video call. No recording is allowed for these meetings. Appraisal discussion is very confidential. So whatever is discussed with you, you should not share it with someone else. Out of fairness, this is number one. Second, out of confidentiality, because this is something is very specific to you. We're talking about very specific targets, we're talking about very specific feedback that, yes, of course, we share a lot of feedback in public, which is something that we use to help others to learn. But especially in the appraisal, we go, especially for the new people who didn't go through this experience before, but people who've done it, they know that we go somehow too much specific about some personal feedback, not about personality, but talking about specific, very individual specific feedback that you should take care of for the next year. And also we don't share any hints or any tips with other people. So if you did something wrong and I told you in the feedback review that you did it wrong, or this is not how I expected it, you should not go and tell people who are coming after you how to fix it. Just to keep fairness, guys. This is something very important for all of you. Ahmed, do you want to add anything related to governance here?
Yeah, that's more than enough. And as you said, we agreed together in all of this. Just I want you, everyone, guys, to stick to these rules so we can complete on time. Remember that we have 61 solution engineers to be appraised by only 7 managers, and we have a deadline. So make sure that you are aware of all of this and make sure that you are ready. Yes, it is your time to show your good job. And as usually I'm saying, we are consultants. And if you are really is able to show our customers our solution and convincing them to buy these solutions to improve their work environment, I think you'll be able to do a better job when you are presenting your performance and your case. So be ready, please.
Thank you. The first part of the template is about highlights and lowlights. And again, guys, this is very important because it mostly summarizes your year. So what was the top moments? What was the down moments? And you can take it at 2 perspectives. I've seen people taking it at individual perspective, and some people are taking it at organizational perspective. We are open Just write whatever you want, and we will discuss this. So you can look at it as yourself. What was the highlights for you, lowlights for you, and what was the highlights, lowlights for the business or the organization itself. But some areas will not take too much into discussion because someone will come and say that the COVID-19 is a lowlight. Of course, it's a lowlight, but we have discussed this a lot in a couple of sessions related to the influence map, or sorry, the circle of influence and circle of interest. So we cannot do nothing about it. But just whatever, be free to write whatever you want here. The second part is actually the KPIs part, and I will just switch now to Mohammed Saeed to share first the KPIs for NetSuite, and then we'll go for the KPIs for Oracle and I'll give it to you.
Thanks, Timo. Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so mainly this part is mainly focusing on the performance KPIs, where we need to understand how you work. We categorized them into multiple categories of KPIs. The first slide mainly will be focusing on your contribution from SC engagement perspective, from value and volume, where you need, based on the data and the extract that we will share with you, you will be able to understand how much revenue you covered, how much you won, and the win rate from a value perspective. The other thing, which is mainly focusing on the volume, where we need to understand as well how many opportunities you covered, you won, and the win rate. And the most important thing, which is in NetSuite, we focus as well, which is how many new logos you won, because you work on other opportunities where you do upsell for an existing install base. But it's important as well to understand how much new logo you brought to the organization. Okay, the other part, which is mainly focusing on the revenue influence, one. And in this KPIs, we need to understand how much revenue you generated as a SC lead, where you market as a SC lead, you lead the opportunity. And the other important KPIs as well, as highlighted in our last team meeting, which is the total revenue contribution, because we support each other, and there are many SCs working on same opportunity. So we need to understand as well how much revenue contributed indirectly in order to win it by helping other SCs. And most important as well, which is part of the win rate that you will be calculating here and here, we need to understand how many opportunities we lost from value and volume. And in order to have as well clear picture about the top 5 wins that you worked on as a SC lead. So this is one part of the analysis that we need to understand part your appraisal. There are some details analysis that you will be able to do as well to analyze your engagement, SC engagement statuses, how many completed, canceled, in progress, not started. So to have your 360 view of your SC engagement. And two important KPIs that we need to look at here, which is the first one, which is how many SC engagement canceled by the SC, and understand the SC engagement cancellation rate, because this is also will help us to have a lot of discussion, whether it is related to solution fitment or related to early qualification of converting a lead to opportunity from the sales side. And last but not least here, which is how many percentage delivered as a remote and face-to-face. And this is applicable for all the hubs. perspective, which is your contribution to the different territory and the different sales cluster from volume to value. We know we understand that you focus, some of you focus on a specific market, but they are also contributing to other market and helping and supporting the sales for other territory and other clusters. So this will give you an overview of how many SC engagement you worked with each and every sales manager. And most important, which is how much of this as amount, as a volume, you won with each and every sales manager. And last but not least, okay, which is the opportunity analysis coverage, in order to understand, okay, the same view that you have done for the SC engagement status, we are doing it here for the opportunity status as well, to understand the funnel of the opportunities and how your opportunities are progressing through the sales funnel. Okay. All the previous slides, which is related mainly to the performance KPIs and how we work, this slide will focus on the ecosystem. Okay, because we understand that we have a big organization that is supporting us, whether RFB desk, competitive intelligence, and all the other teams. So we need to understand. I know that most of you will not be able to get and remember, but at least this will give us an indication how you are collaborating with the other teams, how you are getting help from the Financial Center of Excellence. Do you are involving the SDG team to prepare for your demos, or you are taking all the burden to prove the concept and prepare customization and the proof of concept as well. So this is very important. It will give us the how you are dealing and capitalizing on the ecosystem of NetSuite. So this is me related to NetSuite in order for us to have the 360 view about your performance, that KPIs that are not related to the development in the coming section. So I'm done there.
Thank you, Mohammed. So again,
NetSuite, is it clear to you? Do you have any questions? Okay.
Mohammed, just on the last slide, I didn't get what is the expectation on the last slide?
Which one? The ecosystem?
No, after that one. So there were...
No, this is a workload balance. This is Tamer will explain.
Oh, okay.
Team, please take care. There are some slides which is designed only for NetSuite, and this will be used by NetSuite team only. It's not for Oracle, and same to Oracle. So please make sure that you are focused in the slides that is presented whether by NetSuite leader or Tamer or Muhammad, and make sure that you understand every single detail in the slide.
okay, thank you, Ahmed. Thank you, Mohammed. So as same the NetSuite team will be prepared with some data, and the first part is something we call it the way we work, which is we need to understand how much your coverage in terms of amount, ARR as we call it, and how much you cover in terms of number of opportunities. And this is very important, by the way, and everything you're looking at here in this template, it's available through the analytical dashboard that we've shared before with you. And Sajna reshared again, and also I shared for the third time within our Slack channel. So everything is available, guys. We didn't put anything that will be difficult for you. Everything you can spot it easily from the dashboard. And also we need to be aware about the lost closed opportunities for you in terms of number and in terms of number of hours. This is very important. And in terms of amount as well. Your next pipeline, a lot of work that can slip to the next year. We are very important. It's very important to us to know what would be your pipeline for the next quarter, and we will discuss during the review what would be the status of some of these opportunities. 2 points. We didn't specify here if you were going to put top 3, top 5, it's up to you, but be reasonable. So if your first deal is around 200, I would expect that you put deals around 200, 100 something, but do not put like 10K deals. So it's up to you. We are not limiting this one, but it's up to your judgment how many you want to put it. Of course, sort it by amount. This is something very important, and you've done it before, and you will do it again with us, which is the contribution to OD ECMEA business. Especially in our case, someone, let's say an HCM SE, has been engaged in one of the multi-pillar deals, 200K deal. So you count 200K as your contribution to OD ECMEA, okay, and then divided by the total OD ECMEA revenue. And the second one is contribution to pillar, which is how much of this 200K was actually HCM. So if this 200K, you have like 50K for HCM, then you collect all the HCM amounts and divide it by the HCM revenue for OD, ECMEA. And we're talking here about the two parts of the equation. You need to prepare the first one, and we are going to share with you the denominator by 15th of May. So your manager, myself, Sean, and Tahir will share with you the contribution of OD ECMEA, the total revenue of OD ECMEA as of 15th of May, and also the pillar revenue for OD as of 15th of May. Okay? How we are going to get the contribution of your pillar? I believe you have thought about it. I'm not sure, Ahmed, if you want me to give a hint, or let's see if people already managed to get it.
Yes. Anyone can guess or tell us how to get it?
I think there is in one of the dashboards which we have, we can choose different parameters. One of those is basically the streamline. So we can choose, for example, for us ERP, and it's going to be the whole work of all SCs, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, Natalia, thank you for this. Any other ideas? So Natalia's idea is nice, but it's going to show you a lot because it will show you all the details of all the opportunities. It might be difficult for you to do the calculation. The easier one, how many of you, what was the maximum number of one opportunity actually? We are talking about, let's say, 10 opportunities. Of course, I'm addressing here the Oracle team. 15 opportunities. When you go to the opportunity from the SR itself, you have access to the opportunity from SR. And then when you go drill down into the opportunity, you will find the product split inside the opportunity. So you can collect the product split from there. This is one way. The other way is what Natalia shared, and it's up to you to do either both. Okay. The second step.
Just to confirm here that usually, especially for ERP and HCM SEs, you have access. You might really from the system you might get the opportunity amount, and the opportunity amount usually for both HCM and the ERP components. You need to collect the HCM part if you are HCM SE, or ERP part if you are ERP part ERP SE only. It's not the whole opportunity amount. Okay.
The second part is actually related to how do you do your work, how much do you have done opportunity work, customer facing. It's the analysis of your time, as you can see it here. And again, this is available in one of the dashboards, very simple, you can get it. The total amount of opportunity work in terms of hours, percentage, then the customer facing percentage of this opportunity work, and you can see it here on this, this canvas or something, this report. Time, development time, utilization. Also, you know the equation of utilization, which is I put it here for you, so you don't need to count anything. And we standardize the total number of hours, which is 2,000 hours. Speaking as of 15th of May. So actually, it's very simple. The total number of hours, opportunity hours here divided by 2,000. This is utilization. Average effort spent on preparation for 80% of the opportunities. This is very important as well to understand according to the 80-20 rules, how much you have put actually on preparation versus delivery. And here is the formula as well, very simple. Remote versus face-to-face, again, it's available on the system. You can see this graph as well. So as I told you that everything we have requested here is actually available in one click or a couple of clicks on the system. The other one is related to the ecosystem, how much you have led, how many opportunities you have acted as SE lead, how many opportunities you have engaged with SE Hub, your Covidian utilization, and this is very important, the number of RFPs, RFIs you have run using Covidian. This is for ERP and HCM team. And your SR update utilization. This is a question that you need to answer. You need to choose one of these. SR update means that you remember that we should all update our SR with the latest actions on the opportunity or on the engagement. And be ready, guys, because when you say fully compliant, you have to be fully compliant. And if you say slightly compliant, so be honest to yourself. Again, as I said, it's not an exam. You have to be honest to yourself, first of all, because it's all about facts. Nothing subjective here, guys. It's all objective. It's all about facts. Again, SE Discovery Framework project that was led by Hatem and his champions team. You need to tell us as well, how were you compliant to it? How many engagements you have already utilized the SE Discovery Framework? And this has to be also an honest answer. The coverage analysis by region, again, you can do it easily.
Tom, I had one question. Can I ask a question?
Jayun, can you just share it on the chat and then...
Sure.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Tamer Nahla, it got disconnected and cannot rejoin. Maybe she's in the waiting room.
I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I didn't watch the waiting room. Now she's joining. Thank you, Ahmed Smail. Okay, so the coverage analysis as well is something very simple. You can do it from the extract. Maher already, thankfully, shared with you a video how to extract from the dashboard your data and start analyzing your data. For simplicity, we have just made these regions for you. So Gulf is one region, all the countries on one region. Africa is whole Africa under one region except Egypt and Levant. Levant is not Africa. So Africa here, including South Africa and North Africa as well. We have also, we have only splitted Turkey because a lot of effort has been done in Turkey. And we have a splitted EMO. So EMO here is any activity you have done under EMO regardless of the region, as I said here. So it's across the regions. And by the way, what we're expecting here, guys, is not just data. As I told you, data is available on the system. You remember what Ayman shared with us a couple of weeks ago about the difference between data, information, and insights. We expect from you insights. So when you present this one, do not just put it on the screen and tell me that I have 10 opportunities in Saudi and I have 50 opportunities in Egypt. No, this is data. We need to hear from you your insights. What does this mean? Okay, so it's all about how you present yourself. Put yourself in a situation that you are presenting this to the board. Yes, it's end of year appraisal, but it could be end of year results, as we call it. We call it that OKRs for you. And also put yourself in a situation that how this will impact the go-to-market or will impact your the way you do your business next year. So give us insights. Do not just share data. Okay. If you have a question, so we'll do first coverage analysis, which is the whole job you have done. And then we'll just focus on the revenue analysis, which is for the one opportunities. And if you still have opportunities as one pending, we will consider it as one for simplicity. However, we don't have, as per the last review of the system, no more one pending. But if you have, for any case, just consider it as one. And of course, report coverage by status. This is very important. And this is to answer your question, Natalia. We are using our own status, open, closed, lost, and win. So you need to see the number of opportunities per status, the amount of US dollars by status as well. Workload, and this is the past slides. These were actually previous slides were mainly specific for Oracle team, and also Muhammad team. Now we're going to start the general part for both teams. Okay. One of the key KPIs as well is workload. So we need to hear from you, how do you score your work-life balance from 0 to 10? So 0 is the least and 10 is the most. So how do you score it? Is it 6 out of 10? Is it 7 out of 10? And the average number of working hours per day. This is something also you can get it easily from your timesheet, okay? Or from your calendar, it's up to you. And you also need to be ready in this part. So when you come and say that my work-life balance is 3, why? Why is it so bad? Why you are staying too late? Why you are doing 14 hours per day? Why you are doing 12 hours per day? And again, be ready that everything here in this appraisal will be correlated. So when you talk about workload, we have to jump back and discuss the number of engagement. Okay, and we have to come back and discuss the preparation time versus the delivery time. So you need to understand this. When you just prepare your template, go through it, analyze it. Okay, again, very important, guys. It's all about insights, not about data. We have the data, but we need to hear your insights. Another subject that's very important, we have discussed earlier with some of the teams, but we said that it might be useful for the rest of the team as well. It's an exercise called knowing your productive self. So knowing your productive self, it's about two perspectives, something called best productive assets, which is the things in your personality that will help you to be more productive. It could be something internal to you, like some of your personal characteristics or personal traits, or your behavior towards a specific external factors. For example, that what is my best productive asset is passion. Okay. Another thing could be planning, and this is internal. Another thing related to behavior to external factors could be working under pressure. One of the guys is more productive if he's working under pressure. Okay, you got the point. And the other the dimension is worst productivity hindrance, which are the things that actually makes you less productive. It could be, and there is no right and wrong, guys. It's just you knowing yourself more. Someone can be more productive working towards deadline. Someone is less productive under pressure. Someone is more productive when he is meeting his purpose. Someone, the purpose doesn't matter for him that much. So there is no right and wrong answer, but it's all about to know yourself and be ready to discuss as well. The main purpose of this one, us to help you for the next year, how we can help this one. Okay. Coverage analysis by industry, also both teams will be doing it. And you will receive, or you have received already from your manager and individual data for your industry. You need to be ready with industry analysis. Okay. And again, we are requesting insights. So we can look at a graph, but we need to hear insights from you. That I see myself an expert in this area because I've done 10 million of opportunities in this area. I've done 20 opportunities in this area. Okay, so we'll do it by coverage, which is across all statuses. And then we'll do it by revenue as well. Okay. Development, there are multiple parts in development. The first one is related to training. You have done a lot of training this year, and especially the last period. I see a lot of development across all areas. So what you need to do here is to write everything you have learned, whether it's a product, related to business, or soft skills. These are the 3 dimensions we have. And you need to highlight here the training name, and who is the provider? Is it OSPA? Is it Sales Factory? Is it a book you have read? Is it something from LinkedIn, Pathgather, whatever? What is the progress? Is it associated with certification or badge? What are the key learnings? How did you adapt this to yourself, to your team, to your organization? And what the impact of this on you, on the team, on the organization? Okay, so again, guys, it's a thorough exercise. It's not just a list. It's something that you need to be ready with. Okay. The second part of development is the development calendar exercise that we have done like almost a month ago. You need to put here a snapshot of the development calendar that you have received and approved by your manager, and also add the status so we can be ready to discuss this was planned, this has been done, this has been slipped. It's just a discussion about what you have done related to development calendar. And I remember development calendar was mainly focused on April and May. The other part is talent profile. Okay, in talent profile, we have 2 sections here. The first one is core competencies, which is the 7 core competencies. Also, you have received the guidelines of the competence. However, you can reach it out, but we've made your life very simple. We shared with you everything. So you need to look at the system and look at the old level that you have for each competency as of end of FY19, which is currently on the system, and the suggested new level. So in one competency, let's say that competitive edge, you were ranked as 2, and you need to update it to 3. You just need to highlight it here that this one needs to be updated to 3. And you need to be ready with justification as well. And before doing so, you need to read very well the guidelines and to understand each level. And take care, guys, because some competencies have a ceiling. So if you are on an IC level, there is a ceiling for it, like 3 is the maximum, for instance. If you are a senior manager to director, there is a ceiling for it. If you are a senior director and VP, there is another level. So you have to be very aware about the competencies level and what are the different grades of it. The second part, which are the 9 function competencies, the 3 major categories and the 9 minor categories. Again, we've shared with you the documentation and you have it ready and you have done this exercise before. You will do the same. What was the grading as of last year and what was the improvement has been done here, and also you need to be ready with discussion with this one. Last year, myself, Sean, Ahmed, and Sameh, we have exerted a lot of effort for everyone to start discussing this from scratch. What are the different levels of every competency, and it took a lot of time. This time I would expect, and we all as a management team expect you are ready understanding this one. It's just 6 pages, I guess, something like this. You can read it, you can study it, you can ask questions, and we will answer you all. Then your PDP, the final version of approved PDP for FY20, you need just to take a snapshot of the goals part, which is the table at the end of the PDP, put it here as well so that we can discuss what is the progress of PDP. And always remember, guys, that PDP is not just about achieving the goal, it's how about to get it effective development plan. Effective means that if we agree that you need to finish one topic on a certain period and you didn't do it, this means it's not effective. Why? Because we planned that we need you to do this for several reasons. Maybe one, because we need you to be the expert in this one because we have to cover the market. If you get delayed in this one, we couldn't cover the market with this competency or with this product. The third one, maybe that we need you to help the team raising up the skills in this area. So I'm just sharing several examples, but again, we be ready with discussion, guys. Again, this exercise is very useful, and it's not an exam. It's very, by the way, it's very interesting, the meeting. It's not that we are going to be frowning faces or long faces. No, it's people who've done it before. It's a very interesting meeting. We're just discussing everything. You share your insights. We reply to you with our insights. The main objective of it just to understand what you have done and how you will do it next year. Skill metrics as well. And remember, guys, in the skill metrics, we should see 3 levels. Remember, the current and the target we've agreed to achieve. The current would be the FY19, and the target that we have set during the last year appraisal, which is called the target, and the actual. So we need to discuss this as well. Innovation, be free to share whatever initiatives you participated in or you led. You don't have to be just the lead. Participation in initiative counts as well. The innovation you have done related to product, solution, process, internal, something related to delivery, something you have participated in related to EMEA programs, whatever things you consider under the umbrella of innovation, you should add it here. And for initiatives, by the way, again, it has to be objective. So for initiative, you have to tell us what was the impact of this initiative on you individually, on the team, on the business. And again, you have to present results. So if you've done an initiative for a certain industry, what was the key results as of the moment? If you have done an initiative for like SE framework that Hatem was leading, Hatem should present results in numbers, okay? Then the SWOT analysis exercise, you have done it already, Ahmed. Thankfully, give us the chance to think thoroughly on ourselves. And we have done this exercise. You can review it again, and we will discuss it. We didn't have a chance to discuss with every one of you, but this is the time to discuss it. Also, this is for your own benefit, to understand actually what are the opportunities for you next year and how we can improve this area of improvement together. Mission 8, this is something very specific again for Oracle and especially ERPM and HCM team. You are aware of it. Tahir already shared with you the details. My team, again, is aware of it. You have to be ready with the mission 8 report. And come the report, be specific again. When you tag something, do not say that I helped a colleague or I mentored a colleague. No, I need you to tell me that I mentored Ahmed, I mentored him. Okay? Be specific. And for NetSuite team, which is the almost the mapping of the analogy of Mission 8, which is the Culture 360, it's very extensive exercise and very useful for everyone. Unfortunately, it was just newly introduced to us. If it was actually introduced to us earlier enough as Oracle team, we would have added, but we will do it starting inshallah next year. But NetSuite team, you need to be ready with your Culture 360 design as well. I believe Muhammad will share with you the template and the Xmind map as well. Network map. Again, this is the golden opportunity to come and present your network map. It is very important. And I've seen it across the whole team this year that your engagement with new people is opening a lot of opportunities for you. You need to be ready with a network map. Guys, take this serious exercise. Just think about it. Give it enough time to be looking at the 360 view about yourself. And again, come with names. Do not just say that I have a connection to product development. Who from product development? Okay. And of course, an open area to other comments that was not covered in the whole template and you want to share with us, you can put it here in the other comments. And finally, you have put a detailed instruction how you are going to submit your appraisal. I will not go through it because it's very simple for you, but I need just to share with you, this is something very important, which is the feedback. You need to start collecting feedback from now. And the rule, as said by Ahmed Taha and also the management team, that you cannot get the feedback from your peers. Okay? Feedback has to come from sales managers, sales leaders, other SE managers, okay? Not direct. So if you are an HCM team and you worked a lot with Mustafa, you should get a feedback from Mustafa. If you are in CX team and you worked a lot with Tahir, you should get feedback from Tahir, and vice versa. Okay? So you should get feedback from all the managers you have worked with. All, again, I'm repeating it, you have get feedback from all the managers you have worked with. Even if you are from Oracle team and you work with Kazim, work with Mazhar or Amran or Saeed, you need to get feedback from them. Okay? And also you can get feedback from other leaders. If you have a good opportunity to be with external initiatives out of ECMEA, you can get feedback as well, but not from peers. You need to get feedback from a leader, okay? Like a program leader, team leader, industry leader, or whatever. Clear? And then you will have the steps of how you are going to update your goals. Very important things to share. Ahmed, do you want to cover this part yourself? Or shall I go ahead?
Yes, I'm fine. So you can see the list of goals, which is already there in your system. It's coming from the top management, and they cascaded down to me. Then I cascaded to Tamer and the manager. Then you guys. And it's all about customer excellence, efficient use and communication with the ecosystem. The way we work, which is, again, it's all about customer, about innovation, about interactive discovery, about many things, how we are delivering our activities, pre-sales activities, following different approaches. And it's about your experience as an employee. It's about work-life balance, about your experience with the systems, your experience with the management, with everything. And you know that usually that you should have a SMART objective, which is measurable at the end. When we look into the goals, it's high level. So we break it down into the KPIs in the KPI column, and exactly it reflects every single goal that you have in the system. And it's measurable, and it's smart KPIs and objectives, so you can really measure your performance. So it is about win rate, customer-facing time, which is the time that you are spending for the customer. So I'm an opportunity, and I spent like 10 hours working on this opportunity. The objective here is to record and to measure the time that you are spending in front of the customers, which could be, as an example, 5 hours. By the way, for the win rate, it is 2 KPIs, which is one about your win rate from revenue perspective and from the number of deals. Same to contribution to ECMA OD target and to ECMA product pillar target. So if you are HCM, so we need to measure how you are contributing to the OD target in general and your product pillar, which Tamer explained in detail. And this applies to HCM, ERP, CX, as well as NetSuite. And number of customer opportunities, again, everyone has a goal for the number of customer opportunities from one to another. It will be different. It depends on simply how we are calculating. We know our objectives. We know what we'd like to achieve. We know how, in order to achieve this target of OD, we need to deliver this number of activities. This is criteria number one. Number two, it is about your previous job in the previous years. We we do some analysis for the previous years, and then it's multiplied by a factor considering the growth expected this year. And again, the objective of these goals and KPIs to measure your 360 degree as a solution engineer. So we cover the revenue part, we cover the winning part, as well as we need to cover the development. So development, it's about your competencies. Where are you from your competency level? How about your BDB? Did you have a valid BDB on your system? And by the way, guys, it's your job. You are accountable into this. Yes, your manager requesting from you to have a BDB, and you discuss together, but you have to make sure that you have an effective BDB. And the difference between BDB and effective BDB, it is that you create the BDB, you have the deadlines, you are really monitoring and delivering your development activities on time. So I was requested to be certified in innovation management in December, and if I didn't complete, so I didn't achieve the goal. If I completed in December or in November, well done, you achieved 100% of the goal. But if you achieved in January, February, or May, this means, yes, you are enabled, you have been developed in this area, but you didn't achieve on target. And most importantly, we are talking about SMART. So SMART, it's a time bounded. Letter T represents it's time bounded. So you have to achieve on target. Again, effective 360 degrees skills matrix. Usually all of us, we have a record for our skills matrix, and you have to update regularly, at least on quarter basis. And you have to define 2 lines or 2 rows in the skills matrix. One, the current, the reality, and another one which is about the target you should achieve for every single skill, product, industry, or whatever that you have in the skills matrix. On quarter basis, you have to chase your manager in order to have a quarter review for the BDB and they record it in the system. Now, as you know, the BDB is in the system, and you have to make sure that you are recording this and using the check-in facility or feature in the system. Innovation. So as you know, we usually talk about innovation, and you guys, not only us, introduced many great things. So make sure that really you are reporting and showing us what kind of innovation that you introduced. Innovation could come from creating an initiative like the interactive discovery that have been created by Hatem at the beginning of the year, and up to that really you are part of this initiative. So, and it's very important to report the results. So what did I do when I was part of the interactive discovery? Just my name is there and that's all, or I have done a better job. I delivered the enablement session. I was part of the SWAT team who created the process. I created the materials. I enabled everyone. I worked as a spoke for this initiative, and anyone really was looking for help, I was there for them. So make sure to go into detail. It's not enough to tell us, okay, I was part of this. Okay, so what did you do? You have to show us your job exactly. For the emerging technology, most of you guys using most of the innovative solutions when it comes to chatbots, to digital assistant, artificial intelligence. Again, tell us, what did you do? Most of you, more than 95% of you guys attended the Maurice training. Okay, how did you adapt it? Are you still using these techniques? How did you improve, and so on? So come up, show us what did you do in terms of initiative. And if you remember, when Chris met you guys last year in Dubai, he was talking about 24 hours delivery and the objective of creating SE Hub team and really using reusable assets is to make sure that you are really minimizing the configuration and the preparation time and making sure that you are really giving most of your time to our customers. Yeah. So that's very important to be measured and you are on target. And I assume that all of you guys were really monitoring and looking into your goals across the year. It's not only at the time of doing the appraisal, which is this week. This task, if you didn't do in the past, it's not really the right action from you, but in the future you have to consider it for you. Especially nowadays, you have really great reports. So then average effort spent on demo configuration, it is very important to figure out how time that you are spending in demo configuration. Because usually I'm saying not every single deal you have to go in and do like a proof of concept. Sometimes the simple configuration and knowing the capabilities of the demo environments and how can really we leverage whatever we have there to make our time shorter in preparation, it's very important. Last but not least, it is about work-life balance. Personally, I spoke about this many times and I told you guys it's part of your goals, because if you are not maintaining this, you'll not be able to have a healthy life. So it is your responsibility to make sure that you are maintaining this. And I'm talking about that it's the entire year, not one day or 1 month. So it is our job, as I said many times, it's like a curve. It's not straight line high or low. It is sometimes we are overloaded, and sometimes we have a low number of activities. All of these KPIs, it has its own target designed on individual purpose. From one to another, it's different. So make sure that you are not sharing with anyone, not to confuse others, because it's really complex. It's really complex when we do this calculation, and every goal of those goals, KPI has its own weight. So as I said before, as an example, the weight of the win rate is 10%, 5% for the revenue, and the 5% for the number of deals. So make sure that really to stick to your goals, not to be shared, because nothing to hide here. It is the same. We are presenting to everyone now. But the target and the weight is the same for everyone. But the target is completely different from one to another. So make sure that you understand all of these goals very well. KPIs